Now, for more hidden secrets. The two universal constants, known to science and pure maths, are the well-known one called pi, 3.142, or 22, over 7, or 3, and a seventh, and the not-so-well-known one, 2.718, called the exponential constant. Both found on calculators. Pi is used to calculate the circumference, or area of a circle, and surface area, or volume of a sphere. It is universally used in physics and science. Examples of formulae using pi. The circumference of a circle equals 2 pi r. The area of a circle equals pi r squared. The other universal constant, E, is used throughout science and maths. It was discovered in the 16th century and is associated with exponential growth of all living and non-living things. It is found in quantitative science and technology, obeying the law y equals a e to the kt. Any science that involves 2- and 3-dimensional space and materials will always involve pi and e. It cannot be overemphasized to both teachers and students the importance of this numerical constant. The scriptures in Genesis 1 verse 1 and John 1 verse 1 are about the creation of the universe, and so we find encoded in these two verses a very remarkable and clever unique formula for the digits of pi and e. The formula for pi from Genesis 1:1. The number of letters times the product of the letters divided by the number of words times the product of the words. The formula for e from John 1:1. The number of letters times the product of the letters divided by the number of words times the product of the words. The Hebrew of Genesis and the Greek of John are not connected to each other except by the theme of the creation of the universe. As these two formulae are identical, it therefore eliminates any element of chance but shows a common design by an intelligent source. To repeat, the formula for Genesis is the number of letters times the product of the letters divided by the number of words times the product of the words. The first words of Genesis are, "In the beginning God created the heavens and the earth." Then we have 28 letters times the value of the letters, which is 28 times 2 by 200, by 1 by 300, by 10 by 400, and so on. Calculated gives 28 times 2.388 times 10 to the power of 34. Now with 7 words times the value of the words, which is 7 times 913 by 203 by 86, and so on. Calculated gives 7 times 3.0415 times 10 to the power of 17. What result does this calculation give? The result remarkably creates the 4-digit string for pi equals 3.142 in standard form format. Then again, the formula for John is the number of letters times the product of the letters divided by the number of words times the product of the words. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Then we have 52 letters times the value of the letters, which is 52 times 5 by 50 by 1 by 100 by 600, and so on. Calculated gives 52 times 8.436 times 10 to the power of 75. Now with 17 words times the value of the words, which is 17 times 55 by 719 by 58 by 70, and so on. Calculated gives 17 times 9.493 times 10 to the power of 35. What result does this calculation give? The result incredibly creates the 4-digit string for a 2.718 in standard form format. The circular constant, pi, irrational digits, equals 3.141592. Biblical digits equals 3.141554. Exponential constant, a, irrational digits, equals 2.718281. Biblical digits equals 2.718312. The biblical accuracy of these digits is 1,000th of 1%. The digits of the constants, which describe creation from Genesis and John, use the same formula. The chance of simply guessing 10 digits in order is 1 in 1,000 million. These two verses contain the major doctrines of Judaism and Christianity of how the world was created. I cannot overemphasize too much how this constant, a, describes the physical universe where we live. The constant e was only discovered in recent history. The ancients knew nothing of it, yet it is explicit in John, written 2,000 years ago, and in the same format as Genesis. How did John, 2,000 years ago, know the constant a? Did he study Genesis and realize pi was encoded and decided to encode a in his writings? This whole notion is absurd. The real truth is that God inspired him to write these profound words. If we drop a single letter, the constants are destroyed. This shows that the actual text has been preserved by the providence of God. As Jesus said, and the scripture cannot be broken, John chapter 10 verse 35. The running time for the full DVD with 3 different lectures is 3.5 hours. To purchase the DVD, see website for details www.biblemaths.com or email peter@biblemaths.com. On eBay, use keywords creation, evolution to purchase the book or the DVD.